Hello everyone, today we're just going to grill up a very simple chicken. Today we'll be doing breast. A lot of times we do thighs here, we don't need to do a lot of breasts, but the breasts are actually easier to grill on the stovetop versus the outside grill. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, start with, of course, the chicken breasts. This is boneless. It's much easier to cook boneless chicken or grilled chicken in a grill pan than it is bones because it cooks a little different near the bone, so it could be a little bit unpredictable and a little bit more tricky. So that's what we're going to start. Start with about the same size if you wish to cook them about the same timing. That's really what we want to do. We're going to be using our products today at Alice's. One is the Meat Magic. This is the original mild recipe blend, mostly meant for chicken and pork and our ribs. We use this at our restaurant for many years. It was very good to us. We also have a bold rendition, which is for the beef recipes, like a brisket and beef rib and etc. It's a little more bolder flavor. But this is great for chicken and pork. And we're going to use, this is going to be barbecue chicken, grilled chicken today. We're going to use our Memphis original sauce. The Memphis style, if you're not familiar with it, is more tangy. It's more reminiscent of the vinegar side of the barbecue sauce versus the classic Western style, which is a lot more tomatoey, less vinegar. It's a little bit different flavor, but this is more of a southern flavor, a lot more vinegar, and that's what we have here. So basically, we start as in any cooking of meat, etc. You start with the brining, dry brining or wet brining. I'm gonna do a dry brine or dry rub using this for this amount. These are about a pound a piece. And you want at least about a tablespoon worth, this and enough to cover both sides. Okay, be careful. Make sure it's even. Same for the other. I'll be washing my hands as soon as I'm done here. Always want to wash your hands when you're dealing with chicken, before and after. Don't mix your kitchen activities. Sometimes it's hard for people who haven't worked in a kitchen to remember that, but it's important. Okay, so good enough to cover, and that was roughly about a tablespoon for this size each. And the important part here is this is a marination process. You could let this. I like to let it sit for about 30 minutes. It allows the salt that's in this particular rub to do its work, which is to get into the meat and allow the moisture as we move forward. It allows the moisture to be retained in the meat itself when you're cooking. Okay, I'm using a grill pan. There's lots of grill pans available. This is one such. One important thing, start with a hot pan. When you're ever cooking something, especially if you want to get a good sear, and especially if you're going to be putting some oil in the pan, start with a hot pan. It's a fundamental thing. While the pan is getting hot, come over here and finish this. This has been resting for a little over half an hour. And so now this is going to be barbecue. I'm going to rub some barbecue sauce on here. Okay, we're going to be putting a little more after I flip it, just to keep the barbecue sauce in play. Okay, just cover it up. This is for flavor. One other thing you could do, if you've got time, you could also marinate in the barbecue sauce itself. I often don't do that, but certainly is an option. Okay, it's the grill pan, so trying to make sure you get it all covered. Don't worry about it being too much oil. It'll that's for the cooking. Okay. Now we can wait for just let the oil get hot. It doesn't take very long. And then you don't want to cook it on high. So turn it to about a medium high. You don't want it too low and you don't want it too high. Kind of a medium high. Sounds like that. Yeah, something like that. Let's have a look at the size of the flame. A little bit less than that. Okay, about that. Okay. Then we're ready to put our chicken on here. See, that's what you want to hear. Here. The other important thing is time for chicken of this size. That's going to be, I'm going to put it on for 6 minutes aside. Okay. All right. The other important thing about cooking meat in a pan, oftentimes, at least this style, don't move it. Just let it do its work, especially in a grill pan. You want to let the searing happen. You want to get those grill marks. And if you move it around a lot, it just disturbs the cooking process. You won't really need to move it. In about 5-6 minutes, we'll come back and we'll flip it. Okay, it's been 6 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and flip it. I have not moved these. And what you see there, that's the barbecue sauce. For another 5 minutes. And at this stage, I'm going to put a little more barbecue sauce on this side. Okay, we flipped it a couple of times to make sure the cooking was to our liking and for safety. Make sure it would cook all the way through. And I was also, during that time, I took the opportunity to rebaste it at each time. And so we have a chicken that's thoroughly cooked and barbecue. This is grilled barbecue chicken with Alice's Smokehouse Dry Rub, Meat Magic, and Memphis Original Barbecue Sauce.